Da-da-da-da-da-da. Welcome to the Silverhairstacker Show. It's Friday, February 7th, and I don't have a black screen. The world is good. How you doing, Jabez? How you doing, Payne J? How you doing, Flip It Good? Lag. Morning, Jake. What's going on in the wide world? Same old here. It's February. There's nothing happening big. Buy a few things, sell a few things, make some money. Mm-hmm. Good morning, Hank Allen Cash. What's the topic today? Death pile dreams. I talk about it a lot, but I've got lots of stuff. Lots of stuff to get listed. Tom, I've had stuff for years. Years and years. That isn't listed.
Sorry I'm late. I was sitting there reading and wasn't paying attention to the time. For y'all, for your young folks, reading is when you look at a page and it has all kinds of letters on it.
Hank Allen Cash.
Page of a book.
You changing the subject?
No, I was just saying to let you know while I was late.
Oh, I don't care if you're late.
Good morning, Ping.
It don't
Good morning,
matter.
Hank.
Just so you're here. That's all we care about.
Good morning, Jake. I hope you found that little video clip I posted last night. Amusing, Jake. Did you see it, Todd?
Yeah, somebody's skiing behind a
horse and buggy.
Horse and buggy. That's pretty cool. Morning, Sandy.
So, what does that mean, Todd?
What does what mean?
You said you had a lot of stuff that you've had for years that you haven't listed.
It just, I don't know. It's like, I have like 3 or 4 Coleman lanterns. They've all got to be cleaned up and dump the old fuel that's in them and
right.
Put new, they got to be tested, you know, because Coleman lanterns in as-is shape, they don't sell for a ton of money, but they're pretty good if you test them and put a little video with your listing.
Right.
I've got a ceramic kiln, a small ceramic kiln. I've got a statue. I've got electronics that need testing. And all that stuff kind of makes its way to the bottom of the death pile. Just because I'm lazy, I guess.
So,
can't throw it out because it's worth money, but yeah, that stuff and stuff I need to purge from the store. I did some purging in January, but there's a lot left to go. Morning, Craig. Morning, Scarlett. Morning, Steven. You're not lazy, you retard. Jibba's got a cha-ching.
like just quit buying that stuff.
I know it's not science rockets, but I'm pretty lazy. I've got a really nice antique typewriter. I've got to restring the carriage spring. Get them listed. Well, it's not the listing. It's most of it is.
Getting
I
it
got a
ready
lot
to
of
list
stuff
her.
that takes a lot of prep work. So there's that.
Well, quit buying stuff you got to do a lot of prep work on.
I know. So,
Like the typewriter. Are you going to make that much money off of it?
yeah, it cost. Let me. Let's just do a little research on that typewriter since you brought it up. I've got it right here. It's been sitting here for months.
Hey, Craig.
Let's see if I can find a comp we can gander at. This is an Underwood. Not sure about the model.
Constance, I like your name. Were you a Connie when you were a little kid?
Let me see if I can find one on eBay.
Good morning, Porcelain Princess.
So a lot of this stuff is big and takes up a lot of space.
Yeah. What I'm laughing about is I thought, oh my God, we got roosters and chickens up behind this direction behind me, and it sounded like we had a cow that direction in front of me, but it's actually a chainsaw. I'm like, damn, I'm becoming an urban farm area out here. I'm gonna have to get me a tractor and plant me some wheat in the backyard. So which one is it?
Well, it looks a lot like this one. Underwood. No, mine's just an Underwood. The one in the picture is probably a fancier model than the one I've got. Let's see. It's probably a lot like this one. This one sold for $85 with $44 shipping. And mine's a lot like this one.
More Mr. Sadie, Larry.
And I just need to spend, it's going to take me about 30 minutes probably to restring the carriage return. There's the carriage, it runs back and forth. But when you type, it won't go to the next letter if the string is broken on the carriage return. And you may not know what I'm talking about, but threading that new string through there was probably about a half hour to make $85. And I bought the thing for $5. Summer before last at a. So I've had this. We're not too far away from 2 years. I've had this. It's just stuff like that.
Yeah, Constance, eggs are getting pricey. Our food line has they have limits on how many you can buy, how many dozens you can buy at a time, because people were buying
No,
them and taking them to their little mom and pop stores and selling them.
I don't. I figured it up one time. I'm making like $35 an hour for the time I spend on eBay. So, um,
Why haven't you done it?
so it's more than worth it to spend 30 minutes to get it done. Because I've been buying and selling other stuff.
Craig, would that sell in your booth?
I suppose I could sell it in as is condition and just not spend the 30 minutes. I mean, it's in very good condition except for needs a new spring restringing.
Like Todd's not worried about that. If he needs to make more money, he just walks out in the backyard and turns that oil pump on. Pumps him out a
No, it's not that. I can use the
barrel or two
money.
of that black gold.
Everybody always says that about me. That kind of ticks me off.
What's that?
I use the money I make on eBay. It it enriches my life. It's not something I do strictly because it's a hobby or because I need something to do in my retirement years. Um,
It helps pay for your cruises and your trips places.
yeah, and we have emergency medical stuff. I helped Gage when he broke his leg. And stuff like that. That's important stuff to be able to do. Give a little bit to charity or but it's like I don't know. I have a lot of stuff that just it's got value, but it needs to be tested. Or I've got a nice bar speaker sitting over there that all I got to do is plug it into an amplifier to see if it works.
Did you see what Jake says?
Yeah, got to have some money for Nashville. That's for sure.
That's right.
I mean, if you were going to Nashville and everybody's going garage sailing on Saturday morning, how much money would you take, knowing that you've only got I can only check one bag on the airplane, so
Who are you flying with?
I'm going there on American
Uh,
and I'm coming back on Spirit. I had to pay $55 just to have one check-in bag on
yeah.
Spirit, an extra 55. And coming home, I got a layover, which doesn't matter. I don't care.
Where are you
Yeah,
laying over at? Atlanta?
New Orleans. Isn't that weird? So I fly from Nashville to New Orleans and then to Dallas. But I don't know. That's how they set it up. Yeah, I try to buy smalls, but it doesn't always work out. Sometimes stuff that makes a lot of money is just big. It's like that painting I sold, or painting, that art print that I sold a couple of months ago for $500. It was big and clunky. Yep. I could ship it back on pirate ship, but you gotta have value there.
Yeah.
I've done that before. I've been on a trip and shipped stuff home. Dun, dun. So how much money would y'all take to go garage selling on a Saturday morning in an out of town place? Probably 500 or so.
That's what I was thinking. That might not, being that you're flying, you know.
Because how many sales have y'all been to that you couldn't buy the stuff you wanted because you didn't have enough cash with you?
Like says take 10K.
10K. Who's coming down south?
Yeah, because he's further south than Nashville right now.
Me?
Yeah,
Yeah, Nashville's
north of you
northeast.
or northeast of you.
Okay, we got some answers coming in. 500 and don't expend it all. Don't expect to spend it all.
Chastity says 3 to 500. Yeah, Davis, you would think that since he and Mr. Sadie are claiming a part of his estate, that they wouldn't want him to be spending it all now, unless they're thinking that he's going to create more value in his estate.
Yeah, I've got Tom's credit card numbers, so I'll just charge all that stuff to Tom.
They don't realize that their stepmother likes to travel and is spending their inheritance a bit by bit.
Yeah, I'm not coming down south. That's north up here, but that's okay. Wagonhire Brothers. Oh, lordy. Twins, Sadie.
Quinn's she don't make sure y'all don't get anything. She don't she don't spend it on cruises and trips.
Yeah, I suppose I could just take zero cash and just PayPal somebody that's on the trip with me.
It's a hassle though.
Yeah. Jake would spot me a couple of grand, I'm sure.
Jake's gonna be filling at the back of his van.
Sadie's the good looking one. No,
Well,
I understand Nashville garage sales are pretty good in April. Ba, ba, ba. It would be good if I could find a collection of vintage pocket watches that will all. Jake will spot me. All I need. You don't have any limits. What if I needed $80,000?
He's got it. He's a young entrepreneur. Well, the way Scott talks, bearded picker, bearded picker, bearded picker, they do a lot of sourcing on Saturday morning. You can figure out some.
I've spent way more than that, Chastity. I remember one last spring. I bought all that scuba gear and spear fishing guns, and I think I spent $300 or $400 at that one garage sale.
Good morning, Office Patrick.
Dun, dun. Ba, 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 ba. Sneaking in. Hi, Patrick. Patrick.
Jabus, are you going? Are you going to be able to go?
Do, do.
You probably have to go to get to Nashville. You probably have to go through Huntsville, or Cincinnati, unless they get that I-40 open back up.
So, Yeah, I've got stuff in my death pile I just forgot was there too. It's like I found this Simpsons Road Rage GameCube game.
Uh huh.
I was kind of digging in my death pile. Hey, there's a game. Check the value. It's worth $30 without the case and manual. So yeah, I just got stuff sitting. There's probably quite a bit of value sitting over there in my death pile. Bum, bum.
Well, you better get it sold because Nancy's pushing for that to be considered um, value, and you need to pay taxes on it sitting there.
I got about 6 subwoofers just sitting around.
Jeez,
No, more than that. Probably about 10 or 12.
you need to you like for cars or for the club.
They're pretty much all home use,
Oh, okay.
like Bose and Kenwood.
Let's see. They're expecting it to open back up in the spring. I was about to say because if you get all those subwoofers and things, you need to set uh, Gage up in the DJ business. DJ Gage. God, the way Sasha likes music, I've been telling him he needs to get set up and learn how to do that. He knows about all the lyrics to everything.
Your mother-in-law moving, Jabez?
Well,
Hey, Harry.
why don't you have a resell? Good morning, Harry. Why don't you have a reseller clean out, Jabez? Go ahead and get everything else you want. Then invite everybody, all the resellers in the area to come in there and. But everyone that goes in has got to bring two things out, whether they're paying for it or they're going to drop it in the dumpster. That's the price of admission. Bringing two things out and dropping it in the dumpster.
Oof. That's tough because stuff you can't throw away just takes up so much room in your own place when you have a relative pass away.
Yeah.
Like when mom passed, man. And mom had like us and mom, right before we moved her into assisted living, we had like 3 different garage sales. And God, there was still stuff stacked up. I probably got 3 big boxes of stuff just from my Boy Scout, Cub Scout stuff. I don't know.
Well,
You
that
can't
is
go in.
vintage.
My parents were semi hoarders. They never kept much inside the house, but boy, they had a great big old. What they had done, they built a house right next to an old church building, and they had their house connected to the old, the old country white church in the middle of the
Right.
country. So that thing was just chock full of all kinds of stuff. Dad had like 25 chainsaws that were not running, just stuff like that. Yard tools. uh,
Well, how about all the y'all have a bit? You're not too far away from the Anderson flea market if it's still there, are you? Maybe you need to walk around and pass out flyers to all the people that's selling stuff that's still in the house. Tell them come look through, bring some cash
I
and
wonder
boxes.
how many storage units in America are filled up because somebody passed away and they had to have the house empty. Probably hundreds of thousands of storage units like that. It's never been gone through. People just grabbed stuff out of the house and shoved it in a storage unit, and it's been there for years. Morning, Tack.
More than tactical.
Not collecting paper bags.
It's been 100 years ago, but I dated this girl and her niece, who was like 11, 12.
Morning, Chris.
She had like the fancy bags like you get from Belk's and Neiman Marcus and stuff like that. She had those all put on her wall, her head, the wall that was behind the head of her bed. She had that thing covered in all those paper bags, and she had bags from stores that had long gone out of business. I thought that was pretty neat. She was a fashionable young lady.
Yeah, I bet your other family members will come in and take just the valuable stuff and leave all the worn out furniture and stuff.
Um,
You and a friend, huh?
well, if you're not the executor, why are you worried about getting it cleaned out? That's his job or her job. Um, yeah, just y'all. You need to just go. You need to send out a message to everybody saying you better come and get what you want because after this weekend, it's all come Monday morning. It's all going to the Goodwill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you got to know the passcode. And then once you get down into the vault, you got to jump over the piranha filled pool, swing across. Well, you got to swing across it on a vine, and then you got the flying spears when you land on the landing in front of the vault door. Todd's going to make it tough. Only the strong will get his inheritance.
Yeah, I feel sorry for
No, I
whoever
have
has
never
to
had
clean out
stuffed
my
sheep's
house.
neck. Blech. And I eat some stuff, but ugh.
It's against a lot of eating mutton in Texas. We're a beef eating state, that's for sure. Yeah, if it's not some pork, but gotta have some pork for barbecue.
See, that's what it takes, Jabez, to have somebody that does not have a connection to it.
Well, you still
Because
got a little time.
your wife and her brothers and sisters probably can walk through the house and go, like, remember, Tommy, when you busted your head on this corner of this chair or this end table when you were 9 years old because you were running and mama told you not to be running?
Sheep neck. I can. I've had mutton. I've had lamb before, but I've never had. I don't think I've ever had the neck.
Let's see. I've had camel and emu. and kangaroo. What's the thing that's like a kangaroo but it's not a kangaroo? That we when we were in Australia, we went to
Wallaby.
we went to a cookout and it was uh it was they had cooked all these unusual types of meat for the tourists because there was supposed to be like 40 people there and the other group canceled, so there was four of us and it was plus the staff, and we had a great time. I'm glad the other people didn't show up. The staff all cooked steaks for themselves because they were cooking steaks. We sat down and at a big table, all of us, and ate and talked and that kind of stuff. No, I'm not eating a koala. Koalas are too cheap. Too cheap. Too cute.
Can't eat the cute animals.
I don't eat no. Koalas are too cute, especially once you've held them. Because there is a zoo there's a zoo right beside an amusement park right outside of Sydney, and we went to we went up to the Blue Mountains and then came back, and they stopped there and we walked through the zoo.
Oh, I got a message. Maybe I'm fixing to make a sale.
No, I wouldn't. Pandas are cute too, but being on the endangered species list really makes them tastier. Sorry, I'd say it. Yep, Constance. That's it. There's a commercial that they're showing now, and I don't know what it's about, but this little boy, he's like 2, is getting ready to stick something into a light socket, and his mother starts to say, "Don't do that," and the father says, "No, just wait." And then you see the lights go zit zit zit, and the father says, "Well, I bet you won't do that again." I've had alligator too. But yeah, Constance, that's true. When I was little, we lived in Charleston or in Goose Creek, and we had lots of pine straw, pine trees. So during the fall, we'd have to rake up all the pine needles, and my dad would put them around the flower beds. Um, but before that, we would make a big pile, and one day, we decided we was gonna jump off the top of the house into that pile of pine needles. And my dad came out there and he said, "What the hell are you boys doing? If you get hurt, I'm gonna kill you." So we climbed off the top of the house.
Just had a person click on my listing, and they sent me a message telling me I messed up my listing.
No, I haven't been there. Tactical.
Pictures don't match the size of the shirt.
We we didn't we never stayed at a hotel because we lived right beside Charleston. But when we'd have family come in and friends from out of town, we'd do the plantations and all that kind of stuff. And um, but my cousin had a place over on Folly Beach, so I spent a lot of summers over on Folly Beach because she liked me because I was sweet. So we're not beach people. I don't lay on the beach. My beaching is sitting on a balcony of a cruise ship and watching the waves go by. And my mind just doesn't stop long enough for me to lay there and enjoy laying out in the heat. I don't know. Yeah, all the plantations are nice down there. If you've never been to Charleston, you should go in the spring or late fall. Do not go during August because it's 110 degrees and 600% humidity.
Yep.
What are you eating? Huh? Oh. Somebody said more humans are killed by uh, killed. More humans are killed by cattle than they are sharks. I thought I'd heard that before.
Yeah, you get cattle riled up the wrong way, and they'll run you over.
See, Jabez, Charleston and New Orleans are so much alike. They have the same temperature. They have the same history. They have the same messed up accent. Because I still have an accent, but I used to 8 o'clock it and the boat and things like that. I tried not to do that anymore. Has she started settling down any yet, Todd?
No, she can be a wild thing.
Do you know what? It's because you're old, the dogs are old, and she's a puppy, and she's wide open while she's awake. Oh, I just realized remembered why I hadn't seen Scott in the chat. They were having to go to the vet today.
What are you eating, dog? Licking my desk.
She's licking the daggum stuff that you dropped on your desk while you were eating.
Probably. Oh, don't
Yeah,
come into my pile of paper.
I'm with you on that. That's because we have a good flow of air across it. Yeah, he says Gwen got the other dog, Felix, but no. Todd missed the other one. Todd's a grumpy old man. He has to have something to fuss about. Dang, Todd, you need to vacuum out that keyboard?
Maybe. Hey.
She is cute. Will she get will she get really big, or as far as the terrier gets?
She's 3 pounds here. She'll get up around what, 15, 12, 15 pounds.
Dang. Cola to be able to pick her up by the back of the neck and tote her. That's not big at all.
No, Anissa. She's getting better about using the puppy pads, but yeah. She's a Boston Terrier.
Boston.
Boston Terrier.
Yeah, Boston Terrier. I don't know how you say terrier by dropping the R's. She's cute though. Another mouth feed.
She's fun. She just torments Bonnie, the big old mixed breed.
Well, that's because she's a puppy.
She weighs 3 pounds and Bonnie weighs 50. And this pup just, she'll bite down on her, on Bonnie's lip, and just, Bonnie will yelp. Yeah, you like biting on Bonnie. You like biting on Bonnie. Yes, you do.
Uh, Constance, my mother-in-law's got a pit bull named Molly, and she was a rescue. And she likes to sit on your foot. And if you sit down on the couch, she will crawl, just about crawl into your lap. She is the biggest. God, I don't know how much she weighs. She is huge, but she'll try. She loves my father-in-law to death, and he goes, "I'm just sick and tired of these dogs." But she loves him to death. Really, you bought My Little Ponies at Big Lots, and some people told you they were fake,
Why would you
Chastity?
fake My Little Ponies? Are they that valuable that people fake them?
I don't know. Yeah, show Todd some love and give him a thumbs up, and be sure and go back and comment and say, "This was an amazing show. Your co-host is so handsome."
Yeah, boy.
Oh Lord,
It's the Silverhairstacker show and handsome.
in the Berg. Did you Did anybody go to any of the party cities when they were closing? The last time I went in 2 hours, it was 75% off. But just scanning stuff, yeah, I think you'd have to be in it for the long haul, unless you have little kids or big kids. Like Lex. Legs as old as he is, and he still likes having themed birthday parties. Go into there and buy next year's birthday present and birthday items for the party. You need to put it in the chat, the comment section of the show, so they'll be there forever. Tactical.
Yeah.
Well, like I've said before, 75% off is off of suggested retail price. Because once it goes to liquidating, they start working everything off of the suggested retail price.
Tara. We need a gym story. We haven't had a gym story in a while.
I know she's been busy. She's her love, her passion is horses. Gym's just something to occupy her time when she's not busy with reselling and horses.
Yeah.
Plus, Brandon is involved in a lot of stuff now because he's a teenager, football and all that. So she stays pretty busy. Party City is just all the party stuff. Now they did have some deals on Like my oldest brother's wife, when she does a dinner, it's like it's like going to eat at the Waldorf Astoria. So I they had stuff like the warmers, like they would set the pans in. They had stuff like that for real cheap, and I guess I should have bought some just to give to her, but I'm a cold-hearted, whatever that word is. The next word is from that song.
Snake.
Snake. That's it. Thank you, Roberta. Roberta knows all these lyrics. I don't remember lyrics. I either like the music or I don't listen to it.
It's kind of amazing. You can listen to a song for a year or two and never know the words to it.
Yeah. But then you hear one song and the music's catchy and it's stuck in your head for months.
Yep.
Oop, what'd you get?
Oh, probably that stupid question from my buyer. Let's see.
What are you talking about, Anissa? Let's go, Brandon, aka Thor. Big Lots is not Big Lots. Party City was a logistics nightmare. When I was doing a lot of merchandising, I'd have to go in there and check stuff. And where's your Star Wars balloons with the Jedi fighting on it? Oh, they're back there in the back. We don't have any place to put them. So they would show me the box, and I'd mark on my little form: has received product, has no available space for it. Oh. Oh. Okay, I'm with you now, Nissa. You're talking about her Brandon. So while Todd's typing, anybody got anything big planned for this weekend? It's supposed to be pretty. When I go back to the back of the house, I got to open up all the windows. Yeah. What store did? Big Lots? Party City? You made too much money, Anissa. You've complained now. Wait till those 2 little tax deductions drop off. Party City? Yeah, I only went in there a couple of times. I just 81 there. Where are you at, Constance? Yeah, plant you a couple of mater plants. Put you some squish. South of Louisiana. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's smart, Chastity. Go through those. Make sure you got all the deductions you can.
South Louisiana. So 2 weeks ago, you had a foot of snow. What you're saying, we're going to get some more snow before the end of February.
Yeah. I sold $200 worth of crap yesterday. I got to get packed up after the show.
How many items is that?
It's about 8.
See, that's the thing about Lag. Lag don't seem to sell anything. He don't sell things unless he makes about a $500 profit off each one of them. Isn't that right, Lag? Isn't that your bottom number? Your profit's got to be 500. And this, maybe you ought to marry off one of your daughters to lag. You always wanted to see it snow, but never again.
Bum, bum, bum.
I can't afford the dowry. You know, they get to be over 16, then whoever marries them's got to throw in a few more goats and chickens into the dowry.
Yeah, you want them to marry somebody that's rich.
That's right.
Hmm.
I told my sons they didn't. Well, one of them's married. One of them, I would not be surprised in a couple of years that they get married, and the other one just really has no interest. Told him if he didn't find somebody soon, I was going to do an arranged wedding or marriage. Let's see. Craig's got a couple of daughters that are not married. Nikki's got a couple of daughters that are not married. And Nessa's daughters are too young.
Hmm. Bum, bum.
So when I start this arranging service, if anybody's got sons that's not married yet or daughters, you can put them on the list.
I went and looked at
Oh, your
the.
daughters? Yeah, but your daughters are older than my son.
I went and looked at that John Kennedy talk he gave to Congress yesterday or
Uh
the day
huh.
before. He's good. He didn't list all the things, but he hit some of the ones that were just, like the U.S. giving money to terrorist organizations.
Well, the
Yeah,
28-year-old one would kind of work out. Well, 31 would only be a few years older.
and he's got such a good humor about him. Yeah, he's like, why are we giving money to Hamas?
I think
Who
that
was it? The new.
a lot of money is being given out, and there's so many questions. Why? Well, see, that's my son. He's got the softest heart, and he's tall and good looking. He's about 6'3".
And he's smart.
Huh?
And he's smart.
And he's smart. Your oldest child is a bit of a pill. That would be my youngest one.
Lag's a bit of a
The one
pill
that's
too.
married.
No, it used to be the middle one.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Because listen, I'm going to put your son on the list too, and Jake, I'm going to add him to the list. I get 10% of the dowry, and we're going to set the dowries high.
We got to pick a good one for Jake. He's a keeper.
Yeah, we'd have to find somebody ambitious for him that doesn't mind crawling under a house at 3 in the morning because they got a busted water line.
There you go. Jake needs to marry a plumber.
Um, Scott, have y'all made y'all's trip this morning yet? okay. That's tough. Yeah. See, Jake, we think about you.
Yeah, we're worried about you living the bachelor life, just out there on your own, a lone wolf, so lonely, and
With all your money because your wife's not spending it. Oh. You should have said you should have brought it to me. I'd have washed it and sold it.
Fiddler on the Roof. Yeah, arranged marriages. Surely there'll be somebody at the Nashville meetup that we can hook Jake up with. Get him a real woman.
A WOMAN. However it goes.
I think we need to marry Jake off to an MMA fighter so she can keep him in his place.
I think he's a good boy. At least he comes across as
He's a
one.
good boy. Jake,
His
you're a
mom and
good boy.
daddy has taught him well. Even though a girl walking by showing her ankles still turns his head.
Uh, he needs a wife. Love him and let him go home. There you go, Steve.
Well, but you know what?
I need to get Steven married off too.
They, you look at these videos and guys and gals
Your brother
just don't want to
married a
be.
black man.
They don't want to be. They don't want to deal with the BS. You know. I mean, they just don't want to deal with it. I just don't want them to be. I don't want them to be alone. Okay, that really brought the show down, but I'm sure all of y'all with single adult children think the same thing. Except Lag's mom, she don't care if he's by himself or not, just as long as he gets the hell out of her basement. Oh, your brother married a black belt? Hmm. Thank you, Nissa. Todd, what did you buy at the Lutherans?
They didn't have much yesterday. I bought one coat. There's a couple of things they've got that I would buy, but their price is too high. They're so stupid. They keep stuff. The Lutherans are like half hoarderish themselves.
Is the stuff is it stuff that you would buy if the price was lower, or is it just observing everything and it just seems like, man, this is
No,
too high?
I would estimate they probably got maybe 100 things in their whole store that I would want to resell. But they keep so much glass and dishes and just tons of Christmas stuff. They got a ton of clothes that are just crap.
Hey, Glenn.
You know, you go into the men's clothing room and there's a whole bunch of Arrow shirts. Nothing wrong with Arrow shirts, but You would have to lot like 20 of them together to make 20 bugs. You know, it's
Well, they're not. Apparently, I mean, I'm assuming that they use this revenue for some kind of charitable event activity.
oh, they do all kinds of good things with the money, but um, they just
Well, my point is that they're not there to supply resellers with merch because they probably have a lot of stuff that resellers are not going to touch. They just need to move it on out and get the cash. That's costing them nothing. Um,
yeah, they got one big old long hallway, just wall art all over it. It's just cheap prints, and there are lots of banged up frames on them, and you're just like, God, they're never going to sell this stuff. Why do they keep it out? They could fill up 2 or 3 dumpsters and not lose a penny off of their sales.
well, they should have a free pile. Or should have a free area.
No, they're evil.
They
Yeah,
just make Todd work for it.
I bought a vintage leather coat yesterday and got it home, was looking it over, and well, crap, there's a hole in the arm.
Okay, I was about to ask if you stood it up. Did you set it on the floor and it stood up by itself?
There was one. Golly. I wonder what that lady is like in real life if you knew her personally.
I don't know. She's probably a bitch.
Yeah, imagine she wears. Imagine she's got. Uh,
She needs to.
Switch up the cologne.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go.
put away the high karate and get out the Aramis.
Yeah, the English leather. Jacket.
That's right.
Hey, there was nothing wrong with that jacket. It probably just needed to be worn some and loosened up.
She didn't have a problem with the jacket. She was just trying
Wanting
to get
it
it
for
for
free.
free. I'm like, lady, you are. Anyway,
You talking to Todd?
I bet I've only got like 20. You know, I've been selling for like 9 years. I bet I've only got 20, 25 people on the blocked list, and she's there.
No, he's still hiding from his third wife, Scott. When's number
Uh,
4?
yeah. It may be time to come out and show my face. I don't know.
Thank
Nah.
you. Make them won't work for it. Make them join your group. Only your videos with your face and it's in your paywall group. They want to see all that. They have to. They had to pay for it. See, I messed up. I've been giving all of this goodness away for free.
Yeah, if you look hard enough, you can find what I look like.
Yeah. Um, Especially if you're friends with Gwen, because she posts everything.
Who's this you're talking about, Beard? You said Johnny up here. Who's Johnny?
I'm thinking it auto-corrected it from Joni.
Oh, Joni?
Yeah, That's what I was thinking. It might be somebody named Johnny. Scott, did you go put the keys to the camper top thing in the glove box yet?
Yeah, I'll have to paint my face like Kiss.
Just so people understand, the people that have channels, and Todd's, your channel started off about silver and gold, correct? None of those people show their faces.
There's a couple that do.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, that's how Josh Galt started. He was a silver and gold guy. That's how he started on YouTube, and then he always showed his face.
Just don't leave that key ring at home, okay, Scott?
All right,
Yeah, that's
Chastity.
right, James. He's going to lose the Sienna keys. Chastity, have a great day.
All right, Chastity. We'll let you go. Remember to buy low, sell high.
Yeah. And it's past my appointed time, so I need to go too. Y'all have a great weekend. Enjoy
All right.
it's supposed to be really nice here, so hopefully it's everywhere. It's going to be really nice. Enjoy the nice weather.
Yeah, I gotta pack all this goodness up and get it on the road to the.
Roberta's got my cough now, so I guess I'll be taking care of her all weekend, which is my honor and privilege to do so. I even give her a little curtsy when I take her cold beverage and coffee to her. So anyway, y'all have a great day, great weekend. Thanks, Todd. Enjoy that baby.
Yep.
We'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.
So, what's the stock market doing this morning? Oh, it's down. Nah, it's pretty flat. Our stock's down. Buy some stock now. I probably should. All right, folks. We'll see you. We'll see you in the side chat on John Flippin' Ain't Easy this evening, probably, and Scott probably do a show in the evening. I know I didn't get a cha-ching during the show. What the heck? So, bye for now. Y'all have a great day. Bam. We gone.